Hi guys, Dawn here, star consultant with Fresh Sense of Smell Air and Scentsy family. I just wanted to give you a couple ways that I do samples. I don't think I've done really a good sample video. If I have, it hasn't been a while. So I just wanted to kind of give you a few ideas. I do two different kinds of samples. I do felt samples and I do like little bitty wax ones. And I'm going to do both and explain why I do both of them and what I use them both for, because I do use them for different things. So let's get started. All right, I got Pacific Daydream right here, and I'm gonna make some samples of it so I can get those out to customers. It's the new scent of the month for May 2016. And so I told you I do two different kinds. So one, I do felt. So I literally just buy felt and I just cut it up into little like rectangles and squares, and just put it in a baggie so they're ready. I also do these itty bitty trays, which I have one like that, and then I also have this one. They're two different shapes. I'm going to do the square ones today, but I found them at Hobby Lobby. So just two different kinds for you. And I'm going to like walk with you in my kitchen here. I have a pan here with water in it, and I just have it warming up. As we all know, Scentsy wax melts at a really low temperature, so you don't have to worry about getting it too super hot. I just have it getting warm. And then I have this, which is part of a measuring cup, but it's what I use to melt my wax in. And literally I just take the wax, and I'm going to do it two different ways. So I'm kind of going to do, because I'm just going to do like three. I'm going to do half of it for, let's see if I can break it with one hand. So 4 pieces in there. Just make sure I get it on there. And I just put it in. You can see it just has the water bath around it. I actually use the lid to hold it down because it's not that heavy, Scentsy wax. And so it will kind of go all over. But I use that, holds in the heat a little bit too, so it melts a little bit faster. But I do that and I melt the wax down, and I'll pour it into the wax mold, and then I'll use the other to soak the felt in. Alright guys, I'm gonna get low here for a second. I have this low because I'm gonna show you what I did. So I melted the wax in here. This is my tray of little mold here, and all I literally do in this is just pour. You can pour wherever, it really doesn't matter. If you're doing like a whole bar of them, a whole bar will typically fill up most of this. And you're gonna kind of just want to make sure. So I did four pieces, and you can kind of see I filled up what would be the equivalent of 3.5 rows here. And then I'm just gonna let it go. I literally let it go until the wax hardens. I just let it sit there, and then they legitimately just pop right out. And as soon as it hardens, I'll show you what that looks like and how I package them up. So, all right, and this is what I do with my felt samples. So I have a pan here, the hot water. I have a Pyrex like a Pyrex measuring cup that I use, and I'm just leaving it here so it stays melted. But there it is, melted in the Pyrex. And literally, what I do is I take that wax, I drop it in there. I also have tweezers, because once it's soaked up, you want to be able to get it out. And all I do then, let it drip off a little bit, and I put it on some foil. You can also use parchment paper if you have that. Wax paper works well as well. All I have right now is aluminum foil. So legitimately I let it run off, And what these will do is you've soaked up wax into the felt, and they will harden and just be filled with wax. So people can actually take these and put them in a warmer, and they will melt, and they will still be able to sniff that fragrance. I've got some country plum ones in my purse actually, because if people tell me they want my info or want to order Scentsy and I'm out in public and they see my car or whatever, I give them a sample with my info on it instead. So this is what I do. I live in Florida, guys, so I don't know if you know this, but if you do wax in Florida, it pretty much almost all year round is going to instantly melt. And so the standard samples of just cutting up your wax or doing the melting ones like I showed you don't really work well here, except for like 2 months of the year, since our wax starts melting at like 80 degrees. And so these felt ones have been great. If they would melt in the mail or melt in my purse or whatever, they'd stay within the little baggie, which I'll show you how that works when I get this all done. But they'll stay in the baggie and they'll just reabsorb into the felt when it hardens again. So it's kind of handy. And you can get felt, like I said, I buy squares of it at Walmart for like 15 cents and cut it up. But if you are crafty, you can cut felt into shapes. If you're not so crafty but want to seem crafty, you can get on places like Etsy and buy it in different shapes. And some people do that seasonally, like they'll do flowers in the summer or spring, or hearts at Valentine's Day, whatever you want to do. But that is also an option. So I'm going to keep dipping these, and when they're all hardened, I'll show you how I package those up. All right, so everything is dry now, or hardened rather. Wax, it hardens. And so I just want to show you what I do then. So I buy these little baggies. It comes in a big bag like this with a thing on top. I buy them at Walmart in the jewelry section. You can probably find them in other places, but they're in like with the beads. They're bead bags. 100 of them come for $1 at Walmart. Just FYI. So they're little, but they are the perfect size for samples. So you can see this is like hard, like I can't bend it. It's got filled with wax and it's hardened. So it just slides really easily in here. Ziploc shut. And then if you get, my camera's all gross. If you get the Scent of the Month kit like I do, you get some stickers, some scratch and sniff stickers, rub and sniff stickers, I think is what they're actually labeled with. But you get those, so there's a whole bunch of them. There's several sheets. And all I do is I take it and I just put it on like that so they know what's in here. And then I do a variety of things. Like I said, the felt ones I mail. I also put them in like sample kits that I sent out with like skin and groom and laundry samples because they lie flat, but these will mail because they lie flat. They mail with the normal stamp, so that's really awesome. And like I said, it's really easy then in your mail to for if it melts, it'll absorb back into the wax and things like that. These are great, and I carry them around here in Florida because it's just easier. These, which I haven't popped them out yet, these I use if I'm going to do like a party or an event, someplace where I'll be inside. Let's see if I can get some of these to pop out. So see, I just twist them and they pop right out. Nope, I'm missing a couple. Just like an ice cube. It's empty. But they make these little, let's see if I can show you. These little cubes, they're about that thick. But once again, depending on how many you want to do, 1 or 2 of these. I use the same baggies. And these ones are easier. Where'd my stickers go? They're easier if you do the sticker first, since they don't lie quite as flat. So I just take the baggie, put the sticker on it, and then depending on how good you feel. I usually do too. But I stick 2 of them in there. It looks like that. And then they can obviously take those little pieces of wax out and melt them and get an idea of what the scent smells like. So those right there, those are my two samples. If I'm just handing out the sample, I will attach either on the other side, put a sticker with like a label with my information on it, or attach one of my business cards, staple a business card to it. Either way, whichever one works for you, whichever one you have the finances for, or the stuff for, but either way, attach your information regardless of how you send them, so that they know who to buy this amazing scent from. But that's why I do my samples, and I hope that was helpful for you guys. And if you have any questions, just comment below and I will get back to you. So have a great day. Bye.